everybody, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it's Monday once again, so it's time to decorate next week in my planner. So I'm just going to use my keys, which are all twisted up today, to flick to the week that I want. So as always, I'm just going to pull it out. There we go. So I don't know if you guys can see the pencil there, but there's an awful lot happening this week. The biggest thing that's sort of happening, and it's not even that it's massive, sorry, I've got something on my desk, so I'm just cleaning it up. It's not a big thing, but here on the Sunshine Coast we do a boat parade around one of the suburbs that's got a lot of canals in it for Christmas. Like, everybody dresses their boats up and we go for a sort of like a Christmas boat parade. That's what we're doing on Saturday night. So I'm kind of going to do this in an oceany, nautical kind of theme. It's probably not really going to end up looking like that, but that's sort of where I'm going with it. So we're going to start off by grabbing the Mountains Paper Lovers book. This is discontinued. You can't find it anywhere. I have two because I'm a selfish bitch and I'm keeping them all to myself. So what I'm doing is I'm flipping to the back part of it, and this is sort of the precursor of the current cute range that we have in store. And I'm going for this piece of printed paper here with the zigzags, and it's actually got boats on the other side, so I probably will end up using both, maybe, I don't know, haven't decided yet. So I'm going to put that off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I want to run this down the edge, which I can't do because obviously it's not long enough. So I'm going to run it down the bottom. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer and I'm going to run these down the bottom. I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to cut it out, just because they're so small. I don't think it's worth it, but we'll see what happens when we cut them out. So I'm just going to line this up. This paper trimmer is really good because it actually has some measurements on it. So I know that this is going to be a 3mm strip just by lining it up. 3 centimeters, yeah, but anyway, doesn't really matter. So I'm just seeing what I think of this. Do I want to have that there, or do I want to? I'm just going to cut a couple more strips out because I'm going to do 4. I'm going to do it all across the bottom and the top this week. So there's the 4 strips. I think I am going to just leave them the way they are, but I'm just going to stick them down where I want them and then just trim off what I don't. So it will be that the ones on the bottom are going to be skinnier than the ones on the top. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab some glue tape. This is a different kind of glue tape that I'm trying today, mainly because I can't find the other one. I put it somewhere, but I can't remember where. It's still from Officeworks. I'll put a link to it below. I think it cost me about $6. But the difference is this is dots, not actual tape. So I don't know if it's any better or worse yet. We're soon about to find out. So I'm just grabbing a piece of scrap paper just to protect my desk. And I'm just going to run this. Oh good, it does. That's really cool. It clicks back so it's not in your way. So I'm just going to run this along the top, mainly because that's where I'm going to want it. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Little dots. I'm just going to run like a bit, I'll line it a bit. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up. Now excuse my head, which I'm sure is in the shot right now. I'm going to line this up where I want it and then just stick it down. So you can see when I flip this over, there's a fair amount of overhang on either side, and I'll fix that up in a second. So I'm just going to put that upside down, and then the top bit's going to be the full line. Let's grab my glue tape out again. This isn't quite as sticky as that last lot that I was using, the Bostik stuff. It's not quite as sticky, and therefore it's a little bit more repositionable, I say, as I put this in the wrong spot. See, if I had done that with the Bostik stuff, it would not have come up under any circumstances. So I'm just going to run that along the top there. So again, there's a little bit of overhang there. just on the sides, but I can fix it up in a sec. So we're going to do the same thing with the other side. That's what they then look like once I've done all that. So then I'm going to grab my paper trimmer out again. So I'm just going to move that piece of sticky paper over. So I'm just going to grab the paper trimmer out. Paper trimmer I'm just going to use on the bottom one. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to cut off the edges first. So that way it's a little bit easier to cut. Now you could obviously use the paper trimmer to do this bit. Just because I think it's easier, I'm just going to use the scissors. If you wanted to be really precise with it, obviously that's where you'd use the paper trimmer, but as you guys know, I'm not particularly worried. Of course, you could also use the paper trimmer, the scissors, sorry, along the bottom, but this particular cut's going to be a bit harder. So all you do is you just line it up where you want to cut it. And there we go. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the other side. And there we go. So that's what she looks like when the top and the bottoms are all done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going into my cute note paper, and I'm just flicking to the sheet that I know is here somewhere, if I can find it. There it is. So it's the, oh no, that's not the one I want. Wait a minute, there's another one. There's two kind of nautical themed ones. There's the one I want. So it's the one that says let your dreams sail on the top. So I'm just going to grab that bit out. Oops, damn, I ripped it. Ooh, yeah, no, I can still make that work. I want this bit first, so I'm just going to cut that out really roughly, and I'm giving myself a lot of space around the side so that I can go in there afterwards. And I was going to use this, but I don't think I can now. Like, oh, maybe. So I'm just going to cut it out. I'm just being not really rough, but not particularly gentle with it either. You could of course not use the lines that would, the lines on the outside, I mean. Hold on, I'll show you what I mean in a second. It's being obnoxious. Sometimes paper's just obnoxious. You could of course cut these red lines off and not use them. I'm just trying to decide if I want to. I think that looks really cool. So I'm going to use that over this side in just a sec, actually, while I'm here. So I'm just grabbing my Xyron sticker maker. Only reason I'm using the sticker maker for this one is it's just a little bit fiddly. I'm not such a big fan of those glue dots. So I'm just running this through the sticker maker. Just giving it a bit of a rub. Going to flip this upside down. I just find it really easier to work with sometimes this way. So I'm going to run it pretty much so it runs along that line there. It's going to completely cut out the Monday. Not straight. Oh well. There we go. So I'm going to grab those anchors again, and I'm just going to cut them out. Not completely perfectly, because again, nothing on my channel ever is, but reasonably carefully. And just kind of making it nice shapes around the outside. So there's our anchors. I'm going to run this, I'm just going to have this just on the side there, just like that. I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I'm going to use the glue dots for this one. You're probably going to go, oh, but this one's no more or less delicate than the other one. The reason I'm using glue dots on this one is because I don't mind if it doesn't all stick down properly, whereas this one, because it's the thin bits on the side, it may actually not work so well. I I just went to put that down, and I've almost, and it's not quite because the notepaper from the notepad is slightly thicker, like it leaves more lines. But I went to put it down and the dots almost lined up with the dots on the actual page. It just looked funny. I'm just going to put that there. There you go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump back into the Paper Lovers book, the Mountains one. Now I'm just thinking, because I may actually end up back in a different Paper Lovers book, but I'm just deciding. Yes, I am going to end up back in the other one. So hold on. I just need to grab the cute Paper Lovers book. Just going to put that off to the side for a sec. So I was grabbing the cute Paper Lovers book. So this is the new one. It should still be in store now. Don't quote me on that, but it should be. And right at the front, they have got like a little, they've got some more nautical stuff. I love this. I was going to use it this week instead of these, but I just couldn't, it just was too thick. And this week's just one of those weeks that I need a little bit more space. Just there's so much happening. So I want to get, I'm looking for two things. There we go. So I want this little cardboard cutout of the ship, or boat, sorry, it's not a ship, it's a boat. And as I've said to you guys before, sometimes these just don't want to come out. There we go. So I've got that one. And then there is one here. I'm just going to grab a couple of stickers as well. So I want this one with the boat, which is exactly the same as the boat we just pulled out. We're just going to go just with that one for now. So I just want to go with this one. Now what I want to do, because I just want the boat, I don't want the pink bit around the outside. I don't think it really fits in with what I want to do. So I'm just grabbing my eraser because I'm just going to rub out the stuff down the bottom here. I'm just going to grab my scissors again. And we're just going to cut the sticker out. Now I know that sounds really weird, especially because you are still going to have the yellow or the pink there eventually, but I really don't want it there. So I'm being extra careful with this one. The good thing is that they're all reasonably straight lines, so you can actually be rather precise with this one. So I'm going to put this down the bottom, and I'm actually deliberately going to sit it on the zigzags. I think it kind of looks like an ocean, so I'm actually going to use it that way. And then we're going to write on there. So I'm just grabbing two different shades of blue, because that's not. Two different shades of blue. So then what I'm just going to really quickly do is I'm just grabbing my Christmas sticker book. The reason I'm going to do this, I'm just grabbing an elf, and I'm trying to find the smallest elf I can. Which one's the smallest one? I'm going to get this one here. No, I'm not. Take this one here instead. Because this is a Christmas boat parade, let's have some fun with it. This little elf does not want to come out of the sticker book. There we go. So I've torn him a little bit, but that'll be alright. So I'm just going to put him right on top of the boat, just to sort of signify that it's a Christmas boat parade. I think that looks cute. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill out all these other little bits. So I'm just going to rub that out. I'm just going to go into my baby planner. Sorry, I just dropped something. And I'm just grabbing my little envelope that keeps all my little cutouts. Excuse me. just while we're here today, I'm just going to run a couple of these through the sticker maker all at the same time, just so that I don't do this every single week. I'm actually only going to do 2 netballs because there's only 2 more weeks of netball before the end of the year. As I've said before, guys, if you want to see how I sort of make these stickers, let me know. Sorry, excuse my dog, he's just barking. So I'm just going to run these through the sticker maker. Making sure they don't run on top of each other if I can. Okay. So the good thing about when you do run these through the sticker maker, if you leave them, like you take the plastic off, if you leave them on this backing, they'll obviously survive there for a really long time. So I'm just putting the netball there and just getting my little diver man and putting him up here. So as you can see, Saturday's going to be a really, really busy day. The other thing I'm gonna do, oh my god, I'm contracting words, that's not right. So I'm just going to go back into that sticker book. I'm just grabbing a Christmas tree. I just don't know which one I want to use. I want this one. Which again's being a pain to get out. There we go. So I'm grabbing this one. I'm just going to rub this out. I'm just going to stick this one in the middle just so I don't have everything sort of all down one side. I'm just going to grab the traditional red and green for the Christmas colours, and I'm just going to write this one in here. Here, I'm also just going to rub out the ones on this side. I'm going to do something up here because, and I'll show you in just a sec, but I'll do this first. I've just got a couple of birthdays on the 7th. I'm just going to write them in. Just with another set of colours, just because I want to mix it up a little bit. I don't want to have it all the same colour. I'm just going to grab these 2 green ones. Oops, drop one. Just going to write in one more other quick thing. Jump back into the paper lovers book just for a second. I need another sticker of some kind and I just don't know what I want to use. I'm going to grab one of these ones. I don't use tags very often. I do use them occasionally, but generally I don't. So I'm just grabbing one. I just want the anchor. The scissors or if it's the sticker, but it's sticking a lot. I think it must be the stickers. I need to clean these scissors already. That's the one thing. These scissors from kikki.k are fantastic, but I just find they hold onto the sticky a little bit more, but that's okay. So I've just put this one here and I'm just writing one more little quick note. All those. So the last thing I'm just going to do with this one is my obsession, other than planning and stationery and kikki.k, is makeup. I adore makeup, and I'm a complete MAC devotee. I love MAC. And finally I'm getting a MAC store somewhere near me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just grabbing this old postcard that I've got from Mac, and I'm just going to cut the logo out basically, and I'm just going to stick it on here because we open at Maya on Thursday. Because I've got so many of these pens, some of them are more used than others, and some of them work better. So as you can see, very excited about that. So the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to use this cardboard cutout, and we're just going to stick it just there. And that's just because that's where I put it and that's where I like it. So a little bit of glue dots on the back. I think it looks cool there. And there we go. There is my nautical, I guess, kind of themed week. As you can see, I have a lot. Oh, I've just missed something. Sorry. I'm just writing netball in here. So as you can see, I've got a lot going on next week, hence why I need to actually write everything down. But just because you got a lot happening, it just means sometimes you need to pull back on your decoration a little bit. You can't have everything going too wild if you don't actually have the room to do it. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your decorations. Don't put a massive week on when you've got a lot to, like a massive decorating week when you've got a lot to do. So as I said, that's my week this week. Keep your eye out during the week. I've got some other videos coming your way Wednesday and Friday, and I'll have another one of these for next week up next Monday. So other than that, guys, I'll see you guys again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.